A blissful evening to you. So, this evening we are going to be talking about prime factors. We have learned previously about prime numbers. So, when they say prime factors, they mean that factors of a number that are prime in nature. For example, let's look at 12. What are the factors of 12? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 itself. These are the general factors of 12. But inside the prime factors, inside the general factors, you bring out the prime factors out. The prime factors, we already know what prime numbers are. They are those numbers that can only be divided by itself and 1. So from these general factors of 12, the ones that are prime numbers there are ordinary 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 are the prime factors of 12. Are we together? Let's look at another one. 25. What are the general factors of 25? 1, 5. Oh, a mistake. That's a mistake. 10 is not part of it. Okay, let me find a way of rubbing it out. Okay, so 1, 5, and 25, they are the general factors of 25. If we are interested in finding the prime factors of 25, they will be those factors of 25 that are prime number in nature. And those factors of 25 that are prime is only 5, as 1 is not a prime number and 25 is also not a prime number. So the prime factors of 25 are ordinary 5. Are we together? So let us look at another one. What are the prime what are the prime factors of what are the prime factors of 36? So before we find out the prime factors, we have to find the general factors of 36 first. What are the general factors of 36? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a mistake. Before 6 and 12, 4 and 9 can also go in 36. So let's clean that off. Let's clean that off. Okay. 4, 9, they are also part of the factors of 36. So, 1. So let's take that again. The factors of 36: 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. What again? 6, 9. I even made a mistake. 12 is supposed to be there. Anyways, 12, 18, and 36. So once you have written the general factors of 36 out, you will now bring out the prime factors. What are those things that are prime there? We have 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are the prime numbers. So 2 and 3 are prime factors of 36. So having understood what prime factors are, what is another way in which they can ask us question under these prime factors? Another way that they can be asked questions under these prime factors, they will say express a particular number. For example, express 36 as a product of its prime factors. So I would like to break this down in Yoruba. What does it mean? Express 36 as a product of its prime factors. That means if you tó bá fi kọ 36, fi ọ̀nà míì kọ 36 yẹn, kó wá já sí pé àwọn prime factors ló máa fi kọ product multiplication àwọn prime factors òun ni ó máa fi kọ. That's the meaning of this expression that we have on the board. Express 36 as a product of its prime factors. So when you see this kind of question, what are you going to do? You rule your line, your 36, you break it down such that it is only numbers that are prime numbers, that are prime factors, that you will use to break it down. Of course, you can say 6 goes in 36, but you'll be wrong, because if you use 6, 6 is not a prime number. So you have to settle for only numbers that we give that are prime in nature. Only numbers that are prime in nature, and those prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Those numbers that are prime in nature that can go in this 36. So the first one is 2. 2 goes in 36. That will give us 18. The next prime number that can still go in 18 is still 2. 2 goes in 18, that is 9. At this junction, you cannot say 9 go in 9, you'll be wrong because 9 is not a prime number. So you have to look for the next prime number that can go, that's 3. 3 goes in 9, that gives us 3. Then 3 goes in 3, that gives us 1. So instead of writing your 36, the product of 36 in prime factor form is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, what you have on the left column. So that is that. When you have to express a number as a product of its prime factors, that's how to go about it. Now let's look at another example. Express express 100 as a product of its prime factors. Express 100 as a product of its prime factors. In some questions, when they have already said as a product of its prime factors, they can also write something that, okay, leave your answer in index form. Leave your answer in index form. So once you have done the first step, I'll now show you what it means to leave one's answer in index form. In index form. So you break your 100 down. You break it down. You break it down like we did in the previous one. You break it down. So you look for the smallest prime number that can divide 100, and that's 2. 2 goes in 100. 2 goes in 100. That will give us 50. 2 goes in a number that can go in 50 again is still 2. 2 goes in 50. That's 25. And the next prime number, 3 cannot go in 25, that will be remainder. The next prime number is 5. 5 goes in 25, that's 5. 5 goes there, that's 1. So these are the products. These are the products of your prime factors. 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. Now, the last part of the question that said leave your answer in index form means that once you have gotten your answer, instead of them leaving them like this, just like we have in standard form, in index form means that they want you to write it in such that has power. You now count. How many 2 do you have? 2. That's 2 raised to power 2. How many 5 do you have? 2. That's 5 raised to power 2. So this last part that we wrote 2 raised to power 2 times 5 raised to power 2 means we are writing our answer in index form. Are we together? Okay. The next one, express 24 as a product of its prime factors. Express 24 as a product of its prime factors. So what are we expected to do? You break down your 24, you break it down, just like we have done previously. So you use the smallest prime number that can go. 2 goes in 24, that's 12. 2 goes in 12, that's 6. 2 goes in 6 again. So 2 goes in 6 again, that's 3. 3 goes in, that's 1. So our 24 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And if you choose to write it in index form, you count. How many 2 do you have? That's 3. 2 raised to power 3. How many 3 do you have? That's 1. 3 raised to power 1. So what we have done is that we have successfully written 24 as a product of its index form. So having understood that, I will give you classwork and let us see what you can do with the classwork. So the first one, find the prime factors. Find the prime factors of of 49 and find the prime factors of 49 and 58. Okay, that's number 2. That's number 1. Then next one, express express 128 as a product of its prime factors. Express 128 as a product of its prime factors. Yes. Leaving your answer in index form. Leave your answer in index form. Okay, then the next one. 3. Express 2250 as a product of its prime factors. Express 250 as a product of its prime factors. Okay, so try to do this and submit your answer. Do have a wonderful